Saturday morning flights him.
It's not morning, you drongo. It's evening.
Welcome to Positive Rates. Back after a week in Skintos. And yeah, that was nice. That was nice. It was hot. Very hot. Extremely hot. How you doing? It's warm here too, so I've got no green screen, I've got no hat, I'm just trying to stay cool. I got a fan going in the background. Big shout out to Johnny. He says hello, Willy Canuck and Positive Rate and friends. Long time. Hope you're well, Johnny. We always miss you. So glad you could drop in to say hi today. And Dan says good morning. Good morning, our news correspondent. We got a lot of news today actually, and a big announcement, huge announcement. But it was expected. It was just a matter of time. But I think everyone will be excited all the same. We are back in the fly-by-wire 320 today, and as you can see, we've got the new flashy Positive Rate livery for the fly-by 320. You can currently get this for the Phoenix 320 as well. We do have liveries coming in for all variants on the PMDG 737. And I dare say at some point in the future we'll have one for the 777 as well. Nighthawk's jumping in. He says, morning everyone. Morning Nighthawk. Nice and early for you, isn't it? I think about 6 o'clock where you are. It is 1000 Zulu, well 10:03 Zulu, which is 11 o'clock London time, and approximately 6 a.m. Eastern, I think. So there you go. But yeah, let's hop in. Nighthawk, you flying with us today? Jump in the airplane. I've got everything powered up. We should be aligned on the INS. 7 ton of fuel today. We'll get the passengers starting to load here. And we've got a few things to do. And also, really cool, we got new FMC logic for the fly-by 320. Take those sim noises down a little bit. And we've also got an enhancement to the EFB, which is a takeoff performance calculator, which is absolutely fantastic. I can't imagine how quickly or how hard they worked to get this out as quick as they did. But a huge shout out to the fly-by-wire team, which is vast, global community of people. Obviously, there's a few kind of principal developers and people at the top there, but you know, they continue to bring out great enhancements to this wonderful freeware package, which is available from the fly-by-wire site. And yeah, if you don't have it, go get it. I mean, if you have the FNX, fair enough, you might not need this, but it's a great entry point for people who want to learn a bit more of a sophisticated airliner approaching study level, for sure. Yes, you're in the fly-by-wire. Cool. I no doubt it would be in the headwind side of things, so we'll have a look about and see if we can find him. And oh, there he is. Now, I'm in the default scenery today. Unfortunately, due to some logistics issues, we didn't have any scenery add-ons put, so we're just using default, and obviously there's a little bit of weirdness going on with these gates down Terminal 1 here. I don't know what's happening there. Greitel's sitting there as well. A big shout out to him. I don't know if he's watching us on YouTube, but if you are, do sound off. Let us know that you can see us and hear us, and say hello. Oh, no, Nighthawk is in the Airbus 320 today. And, of course, Nighthawk is also sporting the brand new Positive Rate livery. Isn't that cool? So we'll have two two Airbus 320s in the beautiful livery today. Talk about the route. Shall we talk about the route? Let's get that up for you. So today. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself here. 2 seconds. as I do often. Right, we are departing. There was actually a last-minute runway switch. You'll see that I had a revised flight plan. The weather has changed. The wind is actually completely reversed direction, and it is rather strong. It's about 10 knots, so it's enough to pay attention to. So we've had to switch, but we are flying runway, I think it's 24 left, which is this one here. So I'm way up here, so I've got a bit of a traveling bit to go. I think Nighthawk's a bit closer than that, which will be useful. And we're going to take LARP 6Q departure, which pretty much is straight out, and then a left-hand turn. Flying to Nitba, and then joining on course as we fly a east-southeast direction, which will take us over Sardinia. That's that island there. I had to look it up on the map because I wasn't sure. Coming in for the what is it now? Gianni 3N arrival, so that gives us this kind of nice little squiggly turn here as we transition through Exoxy down the Bipso and then straight in for a RNAV approach into Palermo, runway 7, I believe, which is in Sicily, the great island of Sicily. Noted for its wonderful beaches, beautiful scenery, fantastic food, and a little bit of mafia history there as well. Anybody who watches The Godfather knows that Sicily played a big role in the old mafioso back in the old days there. So, but I think that's all done past. It's all in the past now in Sicily. I'm sure they're still floating about, but not as prominent as they were. But yeah, it should be a really nice trip, and you know, just as we're traveling close to the boot of Italy there. So if you're watching, do sound off. Don't sit quietly. Smash the like for us as well. That really helps the stream. And we are at, I think we're at 299 subscribers. We are actually one short of 300. So if you like what you see, if you do watch the stream from time to time, please do give us a sub. And hit that like, get some more traffic into the stream. And yeah, we got lots of news coming up once we get up to cruise altitude as per usual, which I'll go through after a quick break. I usually like to take a little bit of a gentleman break just before we do the news. But let's get this plane set up. So we've got the flight plan. It has loaded. We'll go back to net air fuel prediction. Dry weight of 55.5 tons, which is based on our predicted zero fuel rate. As the passengers are slowly loading in there, we're probably about just a little over halfway for them to be loaded. INS is aligned. So what we first thing we need to do is get our departure in here. And that is today runway 24 left. And again, this is using LARP 86Q. It's down there somewhere. Sure. There it is. LARP 6Q. Insert a little bit of glare from the sun there. It'll be nice. I'll tell you what. I hope they do a bit of treatment on the 320 because we saw a preview of the Airbus 380 and you had the blinds you could pull over, which I think would be tremendously useful, especially when you're trying to look at displays with the sun on them. Okay, and then our arrival into Palermo will be the RNAV 7Z, transitioning through actually I'll have to go back to my was the Yahtzee, but I don't know why it's not giving me that. Here, yes. Curious. Giant 3N arrival. What am I missing here? Oh, I gotta pick the arrival first. Giant 3N arrival. What am I doing? There it is. 3N and transitioning through his Yahtzee. There we go. Insert that. Let's have a quick look in the plan. Now, there is a little bit of weirdness with the new FMC logic, but I think it's just as they work out the kinks, you will find that things can be a little bit strange. So just go through, check through any discontinuities, which there are none on the departure. So if we'll just check the arrival here, that is all looking good. And everything seems nice and contiguous. Perfect. So that is pretty much ready to go. Happy with that. Now, for the takeoff performance. So as I mentioned, we were running 24 left today. So now we can go to our handy dandy calculator. And it's really cool. If you've got the OFP loaded, you can just fill that in. That will bring in your QNH, your wins, which this is a relatively new thing for fly-by-wire. Runway bearing, all that is automatically populated for you with your slope and elevation. It's absolutely perfect. Packs, yeah, we're going to take off with them on. I know Gav likes to turn them off, but we're a holiday airline. We like to spend money. We're not trying to script the pennies there. So flaps 1 configuration, yeah. So we'll do a calculation here, and that gives us a 134. Well, that's unusual. 134, 134, 134 V1, VR, and rotate and V2 respectively. Flex temperature is 71. So if we go to the performance page here, we can punch that in. 134, 134. And 134. Flaps 1. Flex, can barely see it, which is 71 degrees. Perfect. So that is a great new addition to the fly-by-wire model. Takeoff performance. There is a landing performance one, but it's a bit more. A little bit more manual, so it won't take in the slope necessarily the runway. I'm sure they'll improve that as time goes on, but I don't think we're going to bother using that, to be honest with you. See our passenger doing. Yep, we're looking like we're almost loaded. We're probably about 3/4 full today, I would think. 124 passengers total.
Boarding completed.
There we go. We got the shout out from the cabin crew there saying everything is ready to go. what we will do is our initial on. What do we want to do here? Get rid of that gate. Well, the gate seems to pull back by itself anyway. What I will do is just...
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to see final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard indeed. So QNH set 1011. You got initial altitude 11,000. Probably rotate that up as we climb out. Everything on in terms of the departure, which I can just cover quickly, is pretty much just get up. So get above 500, get above 3,000, get above 10,000. Wherever you're headed, we're actually heading out this way. LARPA, yeah. So it's just climb out. There's no restrictions on how quickly you can climb out, or if we have to have a fixed altitude at certain points. It's basically just take off and buzz off. Get yourself to Palermo. So that's nice and easy. Okay, where are we now? Let's go through our performance. Is got a knit there, that is good. Everything is okay there. Trapo today actually is open. Trapo. Using the EasyJet format because it's a bit easier for Airbuses. 54764. 54764. I know you could probably barely see that there, but it's bringing that in. Cost index today is 10, very modest, but hopefully the winds are with us, so it should be okay. Cruise temperature today will be minus 51 in the air. We got a trip wind of tail, 38 knots on the tail, so let's put that in. Tail 38. No, it's very hard to see, guys. Apologize. Tail 38. There we go. Perfect. Those values are looking a bit low, but never mind. Okay. Flight plan. Change that back to arc. Bring that down to 10. Now we've got a bit of a travel to get to our runway here. Nighthawk, if you're ready to push, please do go ahead. You're going to depart using LARPA 4F. It looks more interesting. Lots of turns. Yes, it is. Yeah, I actually I did a test departure during the week. It is rather interesting. It kind of does a big loop, doesn't it? So actually, if you want to take off first today, because by the time I take off, you'll probably just be catching up to me or something like that. Anyways, where was I? Oh, the airport, right? Okay, so we are here. We need to make it down to 24 left. So what we're going to do is we're going to push back. I'll get onto. I believe that is hard to see. Really hard to distinguish. Anyway, this taxiway here. We'll come down Delta 5, cross runway 24 right or 6 left, how you want to call it, onto Delta 4, Delta 2, follow that down to Kilo 4, along the way, and we'll intercept or come back to the foot of runway at Golf 1 or Golf 2. Depends how we fancy, so that's kind of how we're going, but it's a bit of ways to go, but yeah. Thank goodness we have maps. I'm looking forward to the 380 because that actually kind of integrates into there, doesn't it? It's really neat. Okay, I think we're just about ready to go. So we're going to start up the APU, but I'll put the beacon on first just to alert everyone around us that we're getting ready to go.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
That flap to open. Should get an indication down here shortly. There it is, flap open. Start it up. And anything else we need to think about right now? Probably not. Let's wait for that APU to spool up. Slowly coming up to power. And we'll get an indication of power and bleed pressure once everything's there. We go. You can see the voltage coming up. And we've got power available, so let's turn. Oh, that is automatic actually, so we can take off the external power at this point. And we can activate the bleed pressure. See down there. Whoop. Let's switch over to the doors. Okay, we have 36 psi per bleed pressure there. Right, let's get the tug connected. And we'll just double check, make sure chocks are off and everything like that. Yeah, everything's clear. Looking good. Okay. Wait for him to hook up here. Just gonna lift the aircraft. We'll plan the pushback actually while we're doing it. So actually, what we want him to do is probably put us out here and just before the turn, so we can get onto our taxiway. Right there. There we go. That is planned. Yep, I think we're ready to go. We'll take a quick look around us. Nothing in the way. Close up.
Go ahead.
Okay. Seatbelts need to go on now. Should have actually had those seatbelts on when the APU went on. External power is off, okay, and we are good to go, so brakes can come off. Start to push, sir. Clock can start for the block.
Romantic pushback. You can start the engine in the sequence.
I love how you get a little bit of an accent here as well. Okay, engines to crank. Let's give a bit more clearance for the ground marshals there. And engine 1, let's go. Engine 1 is indicating. N2 spool up. Watch those Neo engines. I think it's LEAP engine, isn't it? It's LEAP engines sprung close. Okay. Wrapping up to a good start on engine 1. Let the push complete. Hear the power clunking up above as the engine 1 starts generating power into the electrical system. Just about done our push here.
Okay, push back completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Clearance to disconnect. Pin has been removed.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir, for your service. Take care. Learned a bit of Greek when I was in Zakynthos, well, a bit more than I had before. I could barely manage Eferisto, which is thank you. So I've kind of got good morning, good afternoon, good evening, which if you never heard in Greek, Greek's a wonderful language, actually. I quite enjoy that. But Kalimara, you often hear in the morning. And if you want to say please, it's seperkolo. And also perkolo, which means thank you, which is really interesting. It's funny how the language actually connects together. And signalmi, as a true Canadian, I had to learn how to say signalmi, which is sorry. Lights to taxi here, everything good. I think we can set our flaps. Flaps 1. Engine 2 actually needs to come on, doesn't it? Starting to roll. We put our taxi lights on prematurely there. Wonder how's Nighthawk getting in. Let's see if he's rocking out. Yep, looks like Nighthawk's already set up on the runway. Excellent. Nighthawk, if you want to take off, let's get some footage of you doing this crazy departure, which, as Nighthawk says, it takes you on a big kind of loop around Barcelona. Oh no, he's still holding short, I see. Okay, we'll come back to him in a second. Okay. Good start on 2 by the looks of it. We take the bleed and APU can shut down. We'll start our long track. There goes Par Pigeon on a 320. Take our long track all the way to runway 24 left. Parking brakes are off. Delta 5 we're looking for. Don't know if the signs are particularly readable as this is default scenery, but kind of following along on the nav map as well. Also on Valenta, if you are on Valenta, you can find me there. That'll be our next right. that's where Nighthawk is. That's where we need to get to. Are approaching runway here, so we need to get strobes on and lights. Quick look both directions. Can't see anything coming that way. Looks like we're good to cross. Now that we're out of range of the airport, we can put on our radar, predictive wind shear, and TCAS can come on as well.
510, please prepare for takeoff.
Oh, usually I think you would save that till just before when you're holding short, but that's okay. Just leave strobes on, that's fine. Nothing wrong with being more visible. Actually, we need the lights back on again because we're going to be crossing runway 20. Lots of interconnecting runways in this airport, actually. See, Park Pigeon's just found himself a nice gate. He must have just come in for a landing. Basically, as they say, it's to the end of the road, hang a left, and then right to the end of that. Come on. Good. We'll just leave those lights on at this point. Brakes. I'm going to throw everyone to the seats. Oh, there goes Nighthawk. Wonderful takeoff. Off he goes on that very long departure. We take the new positive rate livery on a tour to Sicily. Huge thank you to our livery painter and good friend Darkfury. He's done a wonderful job. He's done so many liveries for us over the past few years. And it makes us feel nice and special. Okay, final checks. Bring that off. Spoilers to armed. Need max selected for base of RTO. Cabin. Okay, cabin. We are getting close. And we'll do a quick takeoff config there. All green, no blue. Ready to rock and roll. Hope everything is going well wherever you are in the world. As I said, if you're watching just in the background, do you say hello in the chat? Let us know that you're here. And if you do want to join us on Discord, you can find that. Hopefully, if Dan's still out, you can kind of plunk that into the chat for us. Okay. Right, get all our lights up and ready here. Anything else we've forgotten? Don't think so. Let's check the load line. Altitude set, QNH set. ECAM no blue. Spoilers armed. Flaps 1. I think we're good to go. Okay. Let's line up. I mean, this is the difference, I think, with default scenery. You got the threshold lights sitting on the displaced runway there. That's not right. Okay, lining up T4. Looking good. And bring up the power to 50%. Flex SRS. There's Nighthawk in his circle.
Let's kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
Absolutely. Rotate. Pause the brake, you're up. And bring in the autopilot there. Turn. Goodbye, Barcelona. Thrust climb. Beautiful mountains in the background there. And flaps are on. Okay, start cleaning up the airplane. Spoilers can come off. Off and runway turn off can come off. Leave the take the landing lights on just for now. Everything looking good. Oh, we didn't start it well. Gets about NIPA, we'll release the cabin crew. They can start getting everything out, start cooking food, all that good stuff. Nothing but water. Let's see, Nighthawk. There's Nighthawk, he's well above us now. He's already at 17,000 feet. He'll probably overshoot us actually if he's that high. Okay, standard pressure. No need to hold at 11,000, so we'll just take it up to our land altitude, which I think is 39,000. Let me just double check that. Yeah, flight level 390. I think we'll let the cabin crew loose now. Approaching 10,000. Start the landing lights. go. You can just see them pulling back. Awesome. Clean takeoff. Very clean takeoff today. Nothing unexpected. Plane is doing exactly what it's meant to do. Okay. Anything else we need to worry about? I think we're good. So we are just going to wait until we're a little bit higher. We'll release the passengers. Probably after we take that initial turn there. Airplane is starting to accelerate to 290 knots. SB and fuel on board. Oh, we got plenty. So 3.9 ton by the time we get to Palermo at the moment. You can see Nighthawk out our window here. Probably above us. Probably the last of our hard turns, so once we turn this, we'll take the seatbelts off. You always like to give the cabin crew a little bit of lead time, though, just to kind of get things ready, because you start pulling out stuff, and once you turn the seatbelts off, guaranteed the first thing you get a rush to the toilets, so you don't want people getting in the way of the cabin crew when they're prepping for the in-flight service. But we should have had enough time by now, so the seatbelt signs go off. Just as we level out. All looking good. Okay, we'll just let the airplane fly up to 390, and I'm just going to drop off for a couple minutes. And leave you with some nice views here. And I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Back with you guys. How you doing? Most our overlay seem to turn off for some reason. There we go. Okay, where are we? 26,000 feet. Actually, 27 we're passing now. We can get on the numbers. There's Nighthawk way up high there. As I predicted, you would be well ahead of us. Slowly picking up speed. Approximately Mach 673, so we'll probably get up to 79 once we hit our altitude. Yeah, looking good. And once we get up to cruise, we'll go through the news. Climbing nicely. Hope everyone's doing well this weekend. Anybody doing anything fun? Let me know. We've got a local town festival going on right now. Well, in the next town. Lots of parades and people, sports and things like that. Lots of people drinking beer. Looking okay. Posted pics of Barcelona to Discord. Okay. Take a look. But you must have better scenery than me, that's all I can say. So that's some great pics. Nighthawk here, Barcelona looking over the airport. That's what that little island Terminal 1 should have looked like, which is quite cool. Great shot, completing the circle over Barcelona Airport. I really like that one. It's a great photo. And it says the lines are massive. Yeah, look at that. Very cool. Great shots, Nighthawk. Thanks for that. Approaching top climb, where we hit Rixot. Estimated time for arrival will be 12:04 Zulu. It's currently 10:53 now, so that just over an hour, about an hour 10 minutes. And we'll do a weather check to see if we're still okay for runway 7. Apart from that, everything seems to be cooking with gas here. I bring up the panel lights a bit. So we're looking okay. Now she's looking nice and flashy. 30 minutes into our block time. And we're just about 4,000. Yeah, when you're approaching 36,000, so 3,000 feet away from our top of our climb. Nighthawk's making. Oh, Nighthawk, you're looking at like you're at 40,000 there. That's interesting. We'll get up to once we get up to cruise, we'll do the news. Lots of news to talk about today. But yeah, I had a lovely time in Zakynthos, but it was extremely hot. So usually when you go around that area of the world in early July, it's about kind of low 30s and you get a nice breeze. It was complete opposites. We had high 30s and no breeze. When we landed, it was 37 degrees in the shade. Humidity, high humidity kicking in, bringing the temperature, the field temperature as they call it, up to about 44 degrees Fahrenheit. It was absolutely sweltering. So we did make good use of a swimming pool at the place we were staying, and of course a few trips to the sea. Some nice boat trips that we took, but of course the food, if you've never been to Greece, the food is absolutely fantastic. I probably ate my weight in olives as well. And we made new friends over there. We always try to talk to the locals, and I learned a bit more Greek. I think I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream. So yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Huge thank you to Luke, if you're watching. He's one of my new subscribers. He subscribed to me when I was over there. Huge thanks to Luke and all the staff at Dulles Apartments. They treated us like gold, and we treated them like gold as best as we could. Got to know all of them by name, and Also, Luke helped me a bit with my pronunciation. So, Luke, if you're watching, Aferstol. $38,000 feet. Nighthawk's obviously hit his cruising altitude. He's not moving anymore. So we'll settle into the cruise and we'll do the news. Oh, that rhymes, eh? We should actually change it to news at cruise. What do you think, Dan? News at cruise. News at cruise? Yeah, sounds good to me. Yeah. Hey, with the @ symbol, yeah, I didn't think of it that way. That's a good idea. I'll have to make an update to the intro. Okay. And it's time for the news, guys, so let's get right into it. Getting a bit behind the times there. Here we go. Right, lots to talk about today. I can never pronounce this. I think it's Pyrgi. Pyrgi, great dev studio, been around for a long time. Also well known for Edinburgh Airport scenery add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Just released a version 2, and it is looking fantastic. The detailing looks absolutely phenomenal on it. See if there's any more photos down here. Yes, there is. Now, Edinburgh is my local airport. It has undergone an extremely heavy renovation. It's completely different from what it looked like about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's actually quite a pleasant airport. And you can just see some of the detailing inside. And these are all actual places. I'm looking at this. It's like I'm right there. It's crazy. Lots of details too on the tram station, which is now completely finished. So that is your primary form of public transport if you want to get into Edinburgh Centre. Some wonderful detailing on that. I'm hoping that actually the trams move. There's no mention of that. Some wonderful detailing on the multi-story car park as well. And yeah, it's looking really good. Absolutely phenomenal. It looks like even higher fidelity than the original one as well, which I think is pretty cool. You can see again how this lights up. This Edinburgh sign used to be on the other side, so this has all been completely updated along with the new mural of Edinburgh Castle that's sitting on the edge of the multi-story car park. So as you come out, it's all lit up in purple, in line with the control tower. Unfortunately, we don't have a screenshot of that. I like the detail on the air traffic control tower as well. That's really neat. The buses look better than some paper aircraft. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it looks like a phenomenal amount of work has gone into it, and you can see this is primarily where a lot of the changes have happened. So your tram concourse there, and I think a lot of this has pretty much been the same before, but yeah, it's a great, fantastic airport. 12 to 13 million passengers a year now. Very, very busy place. And there's the Walter Scott, so that is the new. Well, that's actually that's one of the ones on the far end, isn't it? Yeah, it's looking absolutely tremendous there. There's the bus. That's the bus that Dan was mentioning. So yeah, lots to look at and see. Really, really excited for that, and hopefully we'll be reaching out to Pyrgi to see if they can give us a showcase of his new airport. PMDG, now this is, there's a lot of news in here. So 777 PMDG is coming to marketplace. Implication of that is, I believe, it will be available for Xbox users. So if you're an Xbox user and you're looking for a detailed, highly detailed long hauler, your dreams are coming true very shortly. 777 will be available. There is a freight version also going into beta. So any of you flight simulators like to do freight routes, that is great news for you. And various product updates and more. Well, I'll tell you. There are updates coming out for the 737. So I think we did hear that we were probably going to get an update for the EFB at some point. They're going to roll off some of the development work that they've done for the 777 back into the 737. I don't know what's happening with the DC-6, but it looks like they're just going to do some kind of cleanup and improve an aircraft which is already pretty phenomenal, to be fair, considering it came out in the early days of Microsoft Flight Simulator. But the huge news is this, guys, the Queen of the Skies, the flagship product from PMDG, which has appeared in multiple flight simulators, has now been officially announced for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I would imagine this probably won't come out until after the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. They have not mentioned if it's coming out for 2020. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't. But it is big news, and of course, if anybody is familiar with the PMDG Queen of the Skies package, assuming they continue with that name, it is the prestige 747 they're ever going to get for flight simulators. Not going to be anything better than that. There may be competition, but it is phenomenal add-on. So I'm sure that has a lot of people excited, and I did see a screenshot. I couldn't find it, unfortunately. I hope it's true, but it looks like they might actually be putting out a 747-800, which has the composite wings and the new engine. So that's phenomenal. That's really exciting. No mention, although, of the 737 MAX, which was mentioned, I think, either on or before Flight Sim Expo. So they haven't mentioned anything about that. They have, however, said that there's a huge update for the existing 777 right now. If you haven't updated the 777 recently, go and load your PMDG app, see if there's an update waiting for you. And it'll only get better. Feel there has released Denver for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is looking very nice. Denver, of course, is a very busy airport. A lot of people don't realize it, but it's also very high up, which is used for all sorts of weather training for various pilots, for high altitude departures and arrivals, also for microburst training, because apparently Denver is the microburst capital of the world for weather. And here's a nice little night shot there. It's looking very nice. That is available from Aerosoft for 16 euros if you're interested. CFT Design has released a 1.07 update for their MD-11. The base pack is actually, it looks like it's a more favorable price too. So you're talking about $70 for the MD-11. That brings it on par with PMDG as we would expect. So if you're interested in the McDonnell Douglas 11, which has a huge heritage to it, looks very good. And you can also get a cargo variant or something for an extra $10 US, so that seems pretty good. But they changed tons of stuff in there, so they are continuing to support the aircraft after release, which is great. Something we always like to see developers do: continue to support the product and make it better if they know that there's issues. For me, that's a good sign from the developer too, that you should have faith if you want to purchase the MD-11 that you are going to get a product that's going to be continually supported. Nighthawk says, I thought PMDG was doing one of the older 747s. Yeah, most likely they'll be doing the 400 initially, I think. Because that's the cockpit that they know well, that they've modeled time and time again. But it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to probably be coming out with an 800 variant at some point in the future. Inabuilds has brought out updates for their A300. So as many have purchased this from the Microsoft Marketplace, and there's quite a few improvements. So they've fixed a lot of crashes, a lot of inaccuracies happening in the bleed system, etc. I mean, the list is a mile long. Huge shout out to InnoBuilds. This is tremendous. Pretty much, I mean, everything is covered. Everything is covered, including some flight model updates as well. So really great to see. I know they did say that there was an update to the LNAV, VNAV logic as well, which I think some people have complained about in the past. So they are continuing to support the product, and it's so great to see that. And of course, InnoBuilds is living up to their name as a rival high fidelity developer for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Trains now. Some people get excited about this, some people don't. But there's a new thing coming out called FS Trains. I'm trying to think of who's actually producing this. But anyway, there's a North America one which is going to have 100,000 miles of track, with trains, of course, winding themselves. There you go. You can look at it. That's absolutely remarkable. It's developed by BT Studios. There you go. They've worked on Airbus projects in the past, but they want to augment the sim by bringing in trains. Now, this is kind of interesting if they ever do a European version, or if there is one. I'm not sure. But in Scotland, there's actually a train track that runs right at the foot of the runway 24, and I'd love to be able to fly into 24 and just see that ScotRail train kind of crossing in front of the threshold as you're touching down. It'd be really neat to see. World Update 17. United Kingdom and Ireland again. I guess we needed a new update. I didn't know. It's parts of the world that still are covered, but hey, it's all good. But I'll tell you, it looks like Ireland's going to get a lot of focus this time, which is probably good, because I think Ireland was covered in the last World Update for UK and Ireland, but probably not to the extent that the Irish would like to have seen it. It looks like some of these points of interest are absolutely awesome. Lots of cathedrals. There's a nice castle there, Dunguaire Castle, if I'm pronouncing it right. The New Grange Tomb. Yeah, so there's lots of. I love this bridge. This is nice. The Boyne Viaduct. I presume this must be. Is it in Dublin? In Cork. Cork, as a whole, is just getting a whole big photogrammetry update, which is really good. Cork is a very well known place in Ireland. I've met a lot of people from Cork, and I know a lot of people that have gone to Cork. The cliffs of Moher are looking fantastic as well. And it looks like Dublin is also getting its own photogrammetry updates. So yeah, big applause to Asobo. You know, they've got a new sim coming out. And they're still continuing to update the old one, which is awesome. Orbix has announced a new add-on, which is probably somewhere in the line of things like the Rex runway textures, but this is called Global Trees HD, and this is going to improve, as you would imagine, trees. So here's some pictures of what these looks like. I think it makes them a little bit more. I mean, that's looking fantastic, isn't it? I wish I had a PC that could run it at that that level. But yeah, the trees are going to look more treesy, and the add-on actually supports probably all the different variants of trees that you get globally, which will be really good. It's been developed by Dimitro, and they can change the season, vegetation season, and the default grass. So it's, you know, very much akin of Rex AccuSeason. Now it would be interesting to see how this actually interacts with Rex AccuSeason, if it's actually cross-compatible. Finally, Passenger 2 version 2 announced. So if you're not familiar with Passenger 2, this is a kind of a companion app that if you are flying long-haul routes, you can have like a nice GUI that shows you the passengers getting on. It has announcements, things like that. There's been a few competing products that do this kind of thing, but what I really like about Passenger is It's very graphical, and I actually had an idea for this kind of app years ago, but I just didn't have the skills to implement it. So this is kind of like almost lifted from my imagination, and someone's actually gone ahead and done it, and it looks really cool. And you can actually see, you know, like the flight attendants walking up and down. They will ping the cockpit, which you can interact with. It's going to make it, you know, more like you are actually flying a plane with real living people, both working and transporting as they would in real life. So it's looking really good, and you can pick all the variants. You can see it looks very fully featured. Price wise, not bad. £25.99, £26. So probably talking about 30 USD. Euros probably around the same amount. But it is very fully featured, and it looks pretty good. So hopefully we should be seeing reviews coming out for that soon. In fact, if you know, I don't know who the studio is, but if you're watching, you know, do reach out to me if you're interested in us kind of giving this a look-see. We can showcase this somewhere. But yeah, all looking very, very swell. Okay, so that is it for the news, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll get right back to the flight. Okay. Nighthawk, yep, still in front of me. Sitting at Mach 782, and top percent. Top percent is currently 6, sitting just about 170 nautical miles away. And we could probably put in arrival information here. And looks like we're still probably good for runway 7 by the looks of this. So let's go into our winds are 350.06 at QNH 1011. So a little bit of crosswind, but nothing really to get horribly upset about.
Descend. Clear of conflict.
Someone is flying on my quarter again. Do we have a shadow? Should we have a look at that? Yes, we do. We have an F-18. No, we don't have an F-18. Nope. Don't think. I'll just disengage the autopilot there. Come on, bring him back. Bring him back. Forgot to disable the controls. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Am I being escorted again? That's what I was wondering. I thought at first I saw an F-18, but he's on the ground. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there. Anyway, the plane has righted itself, so that's fine. Completely forgot what I was doing. Oh, of course, I'm setting the temperature's 30, nice and warm, and barrel. You can see on the old RNAV. The decision height is 880 feet on the barrel, or 847 feet. if you want to use the radio, but we'll just punch in E80. It's not an ILS, I think. So full flap configuration, yeah, it should be fine. That gives us a VAP of 129er. That's all ready to go. Yeah, it's like, you know, when the TCAS goes off. This is usually my instant reaction. Whoops, still in showcase here. It still cracks me up when I hear that. Oh man. Right, looks like we are approaching Sardinia. Which is impressive in its size on its own, actually, sir. Considering it is an island. Nighthawk, I tell you what you can do. I'm just gonna pop off for a sec. I'll be right back. But Nighthawk, can you get some screenshots if you're over Sardinia? I'd like to see. We can show everybody what it looks like in your sim. Be right back, guys. See you soon. back with you guys. Oh, I can just make out Nighthawk in the distance there. We'll go through our approach. Still about 100 miles off of our top of descent, so nothing to worry about just yet. Still gonna have 3.6 tons at Palermo. Getting some nice scenery over Sardinia there. Just helping myself to a glass of water from the cabin. Beautiful scenery there. Pretty sure, well, most of Italy is, but I'm pretty sure Sardinia is particularly known for wine as well. So, has anyone suffered from the, which has now become known as the CrowdStrike debacle or blackout? It caused a lot of upset to the airline industry. I think Ryanair was pretty much crippled. And it sounds like it's basically because someone goofed. Oh dear. See a boat down there. And back over to the open water. Nighthawk says Porter was the only Canadian airline that had to shut down, but American and Delta, yeah, American and Delta. That was, well, I mean, the list of airplanes is pretty significant. I think Singapore was named Qantas. I don't know if British Airways was affected, but there's a few British airports that were affected. I think Edinburgh apparently just told everyone to go home. There's a lot of people going on holiday. Can you imagine that? You're supposed to go to the airport and they just say, actually, you know, don't bother, just go home. Machine, massive nightmare. It did impact me personally as well. My company lost our email for pretty much most of the day. And I think any company that uses Office 365 is impacted. Okay. Couple cents starting to close in here, so we're just going to bring back the range a bit. Just about 60 miles. So platform altitude for our approach into Palermo is, I'm making life hard for myself there, 2,300 feet. Dial that in. Checks that we want to worry about. I think we're okay just in the moment. So what we'll do is we're just going to go through flight plan, check our flight levels. We do have a hard constraint, 9,400 feet at Nalov, going to 8,000, 7,400. Yeah, so just as we're kind of winding our way around, this approach, eventually get down to Uxbridge, Zoc, which is 5,000, and then quite a short drop to Bibso, so we might make use of the speed brakes there. Actually, no, that's about 10 miles, should be okay. Should be okay. Not quite within 40 miles of top descent yet. So I can look at this. Well, let's take a look at this calculator, see if we can make it work here. So we've got landing, wind direction, fill data form. I'll just do that again. QNH runway heading. We can get that from our charts. That is 064. Runway slope. Oh, where does it find this actually on the chart? Just leave that at 0 for now. Approach speed, I think we said it was 129 and weight, box configuration full, overweight procedure, reverse thrust. Say yes, definitely. Auto land, no. It is dry conditions. Let's see what it says. Just put 0 for that. Okay. Going missing. Sardinia pictures posted. Perfect. We'll take a look at those in a second. Meters. Let's go. Let's do feet. Let's do it. 3326 meters. So that. 3326. Up and do it. What are we missing? On the elevation. 47. Too many things to punch in. There we go. Cool. So if we use our max, medium and low, I think that's max, medium and low braking. We will use low, so that gives us a stopping distance of 2,298 meters. Or feet, there we go, can change to feet. So 7,538 feet, actually. We'll use medium. Because stopping distance is just over 5,000 feet. But yeah, I think this will probably improve in time. It'll probably be, it'll get more, will get filled in. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. Maximum manual, very cool. Weather looks the same as it did before. As I said, no sign of any kind of weather or rain or anything like that. Bit of a heat wave going on in Europe right now. It's very, very warm across most of Europe. Can't imagine Palermo is much different. Although 30 degrees is nothing to complain about. Top of the sun approaching. And our predicted arrival is now 11:57 Zulu. So we've actually shaved a few minutes off. It's just under 5 minutes. QNH will be the same as well, so. That's alright. That makes it nice and easy when the QNH is the same. Actually, it's changed in Barcelona before it's gone down a notch. Okay, let's we'll start the descent, and as soon as we do that, we'll look at some lovely pictures that Nighthawk has put up for us of Sardinia. Ugh, we missed top of descent probably. Alright, start up. Yeah, we're 1,400 feet above profile, so let's get the brakes up. Which does wonders for catching up. Check speed, well, that's probably...
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business we need to take care of as we prepare for operation.
I've never seen that message before. If anybody knows what that is.
Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for a ride.
Maybe it'll go off once we catch up to our profile, we'll see. And we're starting to gain on that now with the speed brakes on. Speed brakes are a great way to manage your descent. If you are getting behind the aircraft, and you're not keeping on track with your profile, a little bit of speed brakes does wonders. And once you're back on profile, you can just pop them back in again. While they're there, and they are, if you fly a lot in real life, as I do, they do get used at this altitude as well. It's very, very common. It's all sorts of reasons. Sometimes it could be tailwinds or things like that that can bring cause for the speed brakes to be used, but they're very useful creatures. One of your control mechanisms that you have to keep the aircraft on path. Looks 600 feet above profile. Should slowly see there's a profile indicator coming up. Wait until it gets close to our nose, and then we will put those speed brakes back. That's why we're not in managed speed. Must have dropped manual at some point. There we go. That's why I check speed. Well, it says, "What, you're in manual? Why are you in manual? I can do this for you." Okay, back on profile. Speed brakes back in. just make sure. Yeah, I think the airplane's quite happy now. So there's one. Dan says, "Don't leave your fizzy drink cans in the freezer." Oh dear. What were you thinking then? Very funny. I like that. Yes, we've got some new screenshots from Nighthawk. Sardinia, look at this. Is really cool. Really cool. Look at lovely, lovely shots here. That's what it looks like in real life. Is that what you're saying? If it decides to load. I was thinking about it. I don't think that wants to load right now. But yeah, some really, really nice shots there. Again, celebrating that brand new positive rate livery from Darkfury. Look, my internet getting crushed, I don't know. Am I still coming through clear enough? It seems to be struggling today. There you go. Thank you very much. Of course, you can check out these screenshots yourself. You join us in Discord. Hopefully Dan can put a Discord link for us. Post your own screenshots as well. We can see and hear okay, Bill. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Profile's looking good. Got range out of that. We do have constraint at stand. Is it stand or stand? Have to be below 19,000 and above 8,000. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. And if you're watching on Restream, please do hit the like for us and subscribe. We'd love to have you along. And of course, everybody is always welcome to fly with us. We're always on Microsoft North Europe server. So if you want to jump on the sim and fly along with us, please feel welcome to do so. Descending walls. Yeah. Actually, it looks like I'm below 900 at the moment. Okay. Let's have a think, shall we? Probably put the speed brakes off far. But we were going to use medium braking for this. Gives us a stopping distance of just over 5,000 feet. It's completely adequate. Take a look at the runway chart. So we are coming in off runway 7. Massive long runway. Nothing really worried about there. In fact, even low braking will probably be fine because we're going to have to roll out to Alpha there anyway to backtrack into the terminal. So yeah, I think we'll use low braking. That's pretty much it. Our nav approach is, I'm going to see if I can remember how to do this, but it's 3 degrees from 4.5 distance. Actually, or from CJ8, right? So actually 7. There it is. Let's get some rings in here for us. It's 064 course, so reciprocal of 064 is 244. So it's LICJ07. Radial is 244. And we want 7 mile marker. And our entry point to Bipsel is at 10 to level out. Put that in as well. So we go into our plan mode here. See, we can see one of those screens. But there's the. Oop, I'm putting the wrong thing. Silly rabbit. Let's see, radius one. Want a second one, we have to put in the same again. LICJ. Actually, just a radius of 10. And that should give us 2 rings back to our airport mode. There we go. Let's give us 2 rings. Ah. There's one at Bipsel. Losing it. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, because I overrode it. There we go. That's our 2 rings. One up at 10 mile at Bipsel, and top of descent will be at Charlie Juliet 511 at 3 degrees. So if we remember how to do that. There is a way. Try and figure it out as we get closer. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, if I change that to track -3, so all I have to do then is go and just actually set the altitude for lower. I can't remember if it. You can override it just by pulling it down. We'll find out. So that's what the approach calls for the RNAV. But at the moment, the airplane is happy doing its own thing. Right, hawk dropping below 14,000. Start to see Palermo, or rather Sicily, coming into view now. And a strange little island just over here. I wonder if anyone lives up there. $10,000. We'll think about getting our lights on, but at the moment we want let's get the passengers belted up. Secondary flight plan? Yeah. I never do that. One day I'll learn. There's a way to copy it, though, isn't there? Copy active. Well, I think I have to do that at the start, probably. I can do RNAV approaches now. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to do the RNAV approach properly, if I'm being fair. Okay, we are decelerating. Let's get those landing lights out. See them slowly extending. Love those little details. Could it not do secondary flight plan before? So how do you actually arm? Can you arm an RNAV approach much like an ILS? You just arm the approach mode. Is that how it's meant to work? I'll have to read up on it. That's just outside of my knowledge set. RNAV approaches. I'm on the new. I don't know, where am I looking? Yeah, it was grayed out here. So I guess that means I don't have the right version then. Yeah, I'm not sure. I could do it manually easily enough anyway. It's a 3-degree descent, so. Still on profile, everything looking good. Radar kicking in now. Take that off, it's a bit messy. Some lovely views coming into Sicily here as we hit our first entry point into the approach. Cabin to clean up. Stu! Hey Stu, how you doing? Says hi Willy, connect and night hawk. Good to hear from you, Stu. I hope you're doing well. We're just about to land in Palermo. Okay, plane is taking us down the green dot, so we're going to get a one stage of flash shortly. Let's decide against it. What we'll do is we're on the approach. That will take us down the green dot. Constraint is 7,500 there, so next is 6,800. Coast green dot, flaps one. A little bit of extra drag. Looking okay. I'll get visual of the airport shortly. just over here somewhere. It's a Nighthawk. Nighthawk, are you on final? Travis Charles comes in. Hey, Travis, how are you doing? Nice to hear from you again. Safe travels. Have a good flight. Where are you flying from and going to? We took off from Barcelona, Charles, and we're just now nearing our final approach to Palermo in Sicily, which explains all the beautiful mountains in the background there. The Nighthawk is just a little bit ahead of me on the approach, so I think just to give him a little bit of separation, I'm going to drop it to 170 here. 2 stages of flaps. Just to make sure our flight profile is nice and balanced. Let's give Nighthawk a bit more lead time. Yeah, I know you are just ahead of me. I'm slowing down a bit, Nighthawk. I think our separation's probably okay. Is 21011. See TCAS indicator there. Drop to 160 just to give Nighthawk a little bit more room. Got that -3 degree descent ready to go. Now what I'm not sure is if I have to set that altitude to 0. I don't think I do. I think I can just pull down on the VS and it will fly -3 degrees. But if not, we'll be ready to drop that to 0. You see any Tomcat pass? Someone find a Tomcat out there, are they? I'm on TA only now, so. Just Nighthawk on his last leg. Well, he's on his base leg now, so the airport's actually back here somewhere. Well, I can see some F-18s up there, fair enough, huh? Get rid of my turn-off lights here. Final ding for the cabin. So the runway must be up here somewhere. Turning base. And drop to 150 just to get a little bit more separation. Keeping it nice and slow. And that should be Nighthawk turning final just about now. Here it goes. Okay. We're gonna level at Bispo at 2300. The plane should be dropping now. And then start descent at Charlie Juliet 511. Drop the gear as soon as we hit that waypoint. Only about 7 miles out. Above profile here, we need some speed brakes. Flaps 3, actually, that should help. A bit more speed. 60 here. On that profile. Profile's now coming back to where we need to be. Pull the speed brakes back in, leave those armed. We are looking for low auto.
2,500.
Oops, excuse me. Bibzo. Once we hit Charlie Juliet 511, we'll arm the descent. Go into managed speed. Full flat landing today. Currently at flaps 3. Oh yeah, okay. Hit arm the approach just to see what happens. But no, it won't come on. Okay. Equalizer work? No. So there is an RNAV indicator there though. That's interesting. Okay, dropping the gear.
Viladecans, please be careful there.
Yep, there we go. So I've pulled that to manual, and we are now descending to 3 degrees, but it looks good. Very cool. Escape altitude, we'll set that for 3,000. Got a lateral indicator there. That's definitely an RNAV type of feature. Yeah, I was ahead of you there, Dan. And flaps full. Three, because we're a little bit above profile there. It's very close to the ground. Alright, go on manual. Flight controls.
$1,000.
Nice gentle
100
winds
above.
today. Nothing to fight about.
Minimum.
Continue. Slightly behind the Vassis, bring it nose down a bit. On that center line. A little bit high. A little bit
400.
Okay, you're coming level now. Aiming for that threshold.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10, $5.
A little bit hard. First thrust coming in. Hey, applause from Dan. Thank you very much. I didn't think it didn't look like minus 300. Maybe it was. Probably could have taken that exit there, but oh well. I don't want to do that. We'll just go right to Dan then. Welcome to Palermo, everybody. Probably one of my cleanest RNAV approaches, Dan, would you say? I felt like that. I felt comfortable in that one. Going down in the 737. That landing was good. Thank you very much, Dan. I appreciate you saying that. Clean up the flaps. Brakes come back. Off here. Decals can come off. Got the radar, put the window shear. Oh, it's going off. Why it's good to have a co-pilot. I mean, you can imagine HD might have a few things. Yeah, well, I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would. But I don't think I'll ever have the time to invest to be at Gavin's level, that's for sure. As long as I can fly it reasonably credibly, I'm okay. If I look like I'm in control of the airplane, I'm probably doing alright. Be right beside Nighthawk here. Welcome to Palermo, and I'll tell you what, for default scenery, this looks amazing actually. Don't know if this was handcrafted in the world update or something. A little bit of stuttering going on here. Probably good enough. Oh, let me restart the APU. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, we'll take a look at a quick look at this. I think that's default scenery. It looks really good. The default scenery. Does it not? That looks great. Cool. Yeah, so it's not much in the way of internal modeling. It's not, but I don't know. I'll have a look. We shall have a look. Just waiting on APU coming through here. Could actually just get external power. Can we do that? Forget about the APU altogether. Okay, engines off. And seatbelts can come off now. See if the jet bridge wants to behave with us here. Yeah, seems to be spraying life, that's good. Let's get fuel trucks, baggage truck, catering truck, all that good stuff. Okay, welcome to Palermo. I've probably said that 5 times already. And we got two. There's a lovely screenshot. Oh, you could get a screenshot of that, Nighthawk. The two of us side by side there. It looks amazing. So I'll take one as well. One in the bank for myself. Whoa, there goes the Tomcat. Now we know what Stu was talking about. Excellent. You have to do another flyby, Stu. I'll get you. But yeah, this is, I think it's just default scenery, but it looks pretty good actually. Palermo. Smaller airport. Right on the coast. Isn't that beautiful? Get some good views, I bet, if you're on the beach there. Here comes Stu back for another pass. I think he's coming back for another pass. Come on, Stu, it's your moment to shine. Come right down the runway. Right along the runway, Stu. Very nice. There you go. Just throwing that Tomcat around like a piece of wet spaghetti, isn't it? And a big thanks to Nighthawk, who was flying with me all today. We're probably a bit behind times. I think we'll be back into the Black Square Duke next week. Have to do a flight plan for it. Apologize to Nick. I should have had this done kind of ahead of time. But I've only just been back from holiday, and it's Stu's filming Top Gun Canuck. There you go. That's it. But thanks for everybody that's been watching today and saying hello to us. We wish you all the best. Hope you have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you right here next week on Positive Rate. Dan says, thanks for flight. Lovely freeware today. It's not freeware, actually. I think it's just default. I tried the freeware and it wasn't working. So, and do join us on Discord, as Dan has rightly mentioned. Until then, we'll see you next time right here on... didn't expect that to come out. Great flight, says Nighthawk. Yes, great. Thank you very much, Nighthawk. All the best to you. See you next week, folks. Take care.